So, with just a few days remaining until Christmas, I decide, so unhappy with the projects that I've been working on, that I want to use this authentic vintage sewing pattern to sew a house coat to wear while wrapping gifts for my kids for Christmas. I know that may sound crazy, but when you sew, you will find yourself sewing things for very special occasions, shall we say. So I got the pattern out, and imagine my surprise when I realized it's so old that it's unprinted. These are always very special to work with, but I wasn't expecting it. You have to be very careful, and you have to be aware of what each of the perforations meant. The one I just showed you means that goes on the fold, and these are things that you learn after making mistakes. So I proceeded with getting all of the bodice pieces cut out of the white fabric, and then I moved on to cutting out the skirt pieces out of red. So this is going to be a red and white outfit, very kitschy, very whimsical. I'm using very inexpensive quilting cotton because I want it to be super comfortable for wrapping gifts and baking and all of the things that come with Christmas preparations. I'm very excited to make this the dress that I wear every year and that my kids will remember. Mom always wore that dress she made on Christmas or Christmas Eve or when she was baking or wrapping gifts or decorating the house or whatever. And so that is the point of me making this 3 days before Christmas. Not to mention that Christmas is also my husband's birthday. So there is a lot going on in the Keelan household. But of course, why not add a new sewing project to the list of things to do just to give me more anxiety? And so I got to cutting out the skirt, and that dot is where I need to stop so that way this dress can have pockets. Pockets are always a plus, but I will say sometimes they're not that easy for me, especially when I can't tell the right side from the wrong side of the fabric. I will say I learned that the trick is making sure you snip into the dot where they tell you to. That will make your pocket lace so much better. So now I'm pinning the skirt pieces all together. And yeah, there's the pockets. I really love them. I'm very happy to have them. They hold your phone and all kinds of goodies. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this sewing project. It was very simple, so it took me away from some of the harder things I've been working on that haven't been working out so well. Some of the stress of Christmas and all that comes with it. You want to make sure that your kids are very happy with what they get, but I've learned that you also want to do that very responsibly. You do not want to put yourself in a financial situation that takes months to recover from. I have learned this the hard way. And so this year, I'm very proud of how fiscally responsible I was with Christmas. And I hope that you are too, because I do know the stress and the strain that it can cause leading for months when you go overboard, just trying to fill up under a tree when kids are very easy to please. There's always a few things they really want, but I think some of the other things we purchase just for us or just to purchase. And I'm really trying to be intentional moving into the new year. I'm trying to instill into my kids just how grateful they are to have a family and a home and a Christmas tree, regardless of how much or how little is under it. So it's really early in the morning. I could barely sleep thinking about how much sewing I have to get done before Christmas. So I have a lot of the pieces prepped. Like this is the neck edge. There's two of these. They're pinned together to be faced. I have my bodice pinned at the shoulders and at the side seams. So we'll get that done. My sleeves are already stitched together at the side seam. I don't know if they have to be gathered. There were some dots on the pattern that doesn't have the words on it, so that could be a thing. And then I have my skirt right here that I am hemming by hand. And yeah, I posted a short yesterday asking everybody if they think I should use the red or white zipper. Well, I posted it very late last night because I was up late last night working on this, but the dress closes down the front and with the zipper, so I think it's still up in the air. I'm leaning towards the white, but I also like the red because of those red ties on the waist and the skirt's red. And it just looks more Christmassy. And we're going to make gingerbread houses. I'm going to wear this to wrap gifts. And it's really a house coat pattern, so that's kind of the vibe. And then I'll be able to have it every year to do such. And this is my way of testing out the pattern when I use these inexpensive quilting cottons. I have to go take my youngest, who has pink eye, to the doctor because that's the way things go when you want to take Christmas photos and all of that. Somebody gets pink eye. At least there's just one case of pink eye in this house. So I have about an hour until we need to get ready for that. So I'm going to see how much I can get done in an hour. And then when you see me again, I will have on real clothes after I take her to the doctor. So let's get into it, and then I can finish the blouse for the skirt that I'm supposed to be working on this evening. I'll show you this. Can you see this? Okay, so this is the skirt that I'm making for Christmas Eve. I really, really like it. It's got this drape situation and hanging across the front. This piece was supposed to be like the edge raw hemmed, but I actually faced it because I like the idea of that better, of not having to worry about a hem or anything showing. So yeah, there's that. I'm pretty excited. I have enjoyed both of these projects. This skirt is completely finished. It just needs the blouse, which doesn't look too complicated, but every time I say that, we end up in a very bad situation, so I'm not going to say that. So let me stop talking. Let's get to work. We only have an hour. And this sewing pattern actually has a 1/2 inch seam allowance and not the 5/8 that I'm used to. So I have to be really cautious of that. Thank you, Major. You're welcome. How are you feeling this morning, ma'am? Better? Does your eye hurt? It does. Okay. Dr. Chris is going to fix you right up. Yes, I am very sure. If you give me a little bit, I'm going to come give you a bath, and we're going to get ready to go see Dr. Chris, okay?
I think you're going to give me a shot like Maverick said.
No, Maverick's not telling you the truth. You're not going to get a shot today, okay?
And when you were gone,
all right.
I ate broccoli.
You ate broccoli when I was gone? Did Daddy make that for you?
Yes, I liked it.
And you liked it? Very happy to hear. Now we have the ruffle piece, and I need to hem the edge and then gather the top. I wonder why it is I fight with my kids to eat their vegetables. I take one little road trip for work, and I come back and my kids love broccoli. How awesome is that? Christmas miracle. But back to the dress. So we're back from the doctor. I'm trying it on. The bodice fits well. I have changed my vintage size from a 38 to a 36, and that seems to fit me very well. I'm trying it on. I have the ruffle, the sleeves, the facing. I'm thinking, no problem. We're good to go. This is going to be done today. How awesome. This was a very simple dress to make, which it almost was. This facing, first I pinned it on, so that's it all pinned on, and then I basted it by hand. I am learning the benefits of basting things by hand. I don't know why it was a step that I always skipped. It's like I spent my whole life trying to get to the good part. It has taken me this long to really realize that this too is the good part. And that is just not when it comes to my sewing. It is to everything. Stop waiting on the good part. This is the good part. Even when it's the hard part, being here and having love and family and friends or a thing that you love to do, that's the good part. Enjoy it. This has been just a little bit tricky. I have the ruffle basted on, and then this part is pinned on that way. And I think the best way to do it is going to be to stitch that on and then fold this in. I might give it a try again since I'm not
that good with like making my stitches invisible, but I can't for the life of me understand why I can't figure out.
You guys, when I say that facing, I don't know if it's exhaustion or just everything that's going on. Figuring out this facing was a nightmare. Like they wanted you to put it on the inside and flip it to the front, but I just don't know what the directions were saying. I kept pulling them out. I even recut the pieces thinking maybe somehow I had put something on backwards. Like I do not know what it was with me in this facing. That's me recutting out the pieces because I'm like, something is just not right here. And now I have learned that I don't always have to follow directions, which I've known that since I was a little girl. And for some reason, I became an adult and thought, hey, yeah, you should probably follow instructions. Hey, instructions are not always the thing. I'll show you in my next make when I was making the drapey skirt, the instructions were completely wrong. The pattern pieces were labeled wrong and they were literally just wrong. So sometimes throw the instructions out the window and do things the way you need to do them to get them done. So that's what I did. I folded under the edge of this facing and pinned it down, and then I kind of tried to sew it in by hand, and I didn't really like the way that looked. So then I took some rickrack and put it on top of that. And so I kind of used the rickrack to hide the stitches that are then holding the facing down. And it made it that much more kitschy and whimsical and Christmassy. I don't have them on here just yet. You can't see, oh, just the boobs are boobing. I hope that is not a problem. Doesn't look great in the inside, but that's whatever. And this is where we are so far. That's the bodice. That's the skirt. The ties are really cute. We got to add the zipper. And then at some point I do add the rickrack, and I also put it on the sleeves. And I end up really, really loving that. It was like, it just gave it something like a little bit more special. It looked like I took a little bit more care and time because I did. And I do want this to last, and I do want this to be something that I wear every year. And so why not give it the care and the time? Christmas was my baby brother. He's no longer with me in the physical, but it was his favorite holiday. And so I think of him often, but more so on Christmas. And I think he would think it's hilarious that I sew. I spent so much time with him. So I didn't really do a lot of the girly things growing up with two brothers. So, and a super uber feminist military mother. So, yes, I didn't do a lot of the really feminine things. And I think he would think me sewing is hilarious. But I also think that he would help me. So I think that part is funny. But been thinking of him a lot the past couple of days and how he would enjoy being an uncle. And yeah, so Christmas, the holidays, they're beautiful, but they can be hard. I think I talked about this in my video last year. If you watch that one, I think you'll see the difference between me last year and this year. I'm much happier. I'm much more at peace and accepting of things being what they are. So here I am now getting the rickrack attached. I think I basted it down by hand first, or kind of pinned it in place just to see how I wanted to go. I'm really happy I added that element. I am really excited for Christmas. I'm excited to wear this dress. I would love to hear about your Christmas, any of your traditions. Share something with me in the comments. I love interacting with you guys. So let me know. How are you? How are you doing this Christmas? What's bringing you joy? What's weighing you down a little bit? I respond to everything. I'm really here for the interaction. I'm here for the people. I like sewing too, but share with me your Christmas, your traditions, and all of the things. Day before Christmas Eve, it is finished. Cool thing is it has pockets. I added the rickrack that was supposed to be for my apron that I never got to, but I like it. I feel like I look like a really cool version of Mrs. Claus. So I'm excited. I'm gonna wear this to wrap gifts and bake gingerbread houses with the kids and all of the things we're gonna do. I'm so tired. I know you all are too. I'm wishing you all very, very happy holidays, whichever ones you celebrate. There will be more videos coming of our holiday, but they won't be going up until after Christmas. I hope people are still interested. I'm excited for New Year's, my New Year's dress, and all of those things. I'm really liking my Mrs. Claus dress. It is very, very comfy. I could see me making this pattern again for various reasons. I like the zipper. It's just like really convenient and cozy and comfy, and like an upscale apron, I guess. I don't know. I like it a lot. I like the tie. I like that it gives me some shape, and it's better than just wearing any old thing, I guess. So I made it. It will now be Christmas tradition. I hope you guys are making traditions and happy memories. I thank you for all of your support and for being here. And I will see you in the next one. That is soon and sure to come. Bye.